Super Series races last year of the 13. A couple of top fives and a race for the championship. The last race of the year, they whittled it down to 3 drivers to race for the championship, and he lost out to his dad. Albert Francis is also in that mix of those 3 drivers racing for the ASA CRA Super Series, CRA Super Series title last year. That's the upper Midwest portion of this 3-tiered national schedule.
Billy goes to number 6, 14.890, and he's only going to put 1 lap in, I guess, huh?
It looked a little different because I know that Casey Roddick was slow coming off the track. I thought Billy would use up that dead lap all the way. Interesting to see what will transpire and where we'll end up.
This is Jeff Nolan out of Groveland, Florida. Do you know where Groveland is? It's
No,
Colin Law Group, Nolan Roofing, Toyota.
I can tell you, Jet drove his truck here. It says Nolan Roofing, Jet Nolan Sales, and his phone number is right on the side of that big old heavy lifted truck. It's about 35-inch lift on that baby.
Covered a lot of Florida. Have not been to Groveland yet.
He's fast on the gas pedal. He's raced in TA2. He's raced here. This young driver in this number 50 machine is just 19 years of age in his 4th straight ASA Stars National Tour race.
Jet is 8th right now with a 14.898. But let's see, where did he jump to? Not for long. He goes to number 6, 14.775. Good run for Jet.
Couple of duplicate numbers in the field. This is the number 14 of Roscoe, Illinois' Austin Nason.
No sponsors listed here, but it is a Ford, first Ford we've seen on the track tonight.
Car Corner Ford, a longtime sponsor. The drivers won the National Short Track Championships at his home track, Rockford Speedway. He's finished 2nd points in the ASA Midwest Tour. Chasing this one. He's been at all the races thus far. He and his dad, Fred, they do a lot of work to get ready to travel to these races all over the United States. Nason Landscaping, their main business.
He's 6th right now with a 14.713.
Brian Johnson Jr., the crew chief, also a former driver, does a lot of shock work with a lot of upper Midwest teams as well.
Goes to a 14.693. He'll stay in 6th.
Our most recent winner on the ASA Stars National Tour at North Wilkesboro Speedway. He's got his own T-shirt out now.
Yeah, he's got a winner's T-shirt you
This
can
guy.
get. Check him out. Bubba Pollard. Go to his site. Tell him that Ralph and Jim sent you. Pollard
He'll only charge
Motorsports.
a double.
Pollard Motorsports Chevrolet out of Sonoya, Georgia.
I just talked to Bubba. He said, I don't think I have the car to qualify, but I've got a good race car. Just can't find the speed in the outset. I think he'll be a contender like he has been. He said this track reminds him of the upper Midwest tracks. Bumpy, worn out. He did okay at Madison with this very race car. To get in contention now, just 22 points out of the point lead.
Bubba 6th with a 14.689, kicking Nason back a spot.
Bubba's been in the top 8 for the redraw in each of the 3 first races. He started on the front row inside in the first 2.
And he's going to stay in 6th until the redraw with a 14.698.
Only the top 8 at the end of qualifying get to do it. Cole Butcher's been a great qualifier as well. The Atlantic Tilt Load number 28 out of the Donnie Wilson shop.
And don't forget about 9D Creative. They're helping out as well. Hansport, Nova Scotia, Canada. The home where this Toyota was towed from.
Donnie Wilson's from Oklahoma City. This shop based in Mooresville, North Carolina, has a lot of great cars coming out of it. William Byron last year won 5 of the 6 super late model races he entered. Cole Butcher last year won the Oxford 250.
That'd be a little closer to home than this one.
Yeah, trying to cash in big here tonight at Hickory.
How about 4th, 14.595.
On the bubble, Austin Nason in the top 8. Jet Nolan is currently 9th, 14.693 to a 14.775.
Checkers waving. Cole's going to stay in 4th with 14.563. So that second lap, Jim, seems to be a little bit quicker for these guys.
There's Bubba climbing out. The team did not work on 2 race cars for a change. They worked on 1 primary and stayed with it all day today in this single day, 1-day show.
And this should be Stephen Nassy, right, out of Pinellas Park, Florida, the All-American Concrete Mitch Smith Auto Service Brembo Brakes Toyota.
Looking for his first ASA Stars National Tour top 15 finish. Hard to believe. This driver's won so many races in the last handful of years. Just hasn't been on his side of things when it comes to not qualifying at Madison and finishing a disappointing 17th at North Wilkesboro.
He's 10th right now with a 14.811.
Nassy's got those sporty wheels, the Wabam logo on the side.
And he'll go to 9th with a 14.693.
Nassy's raced since the age of 15 in super late models across the country. I have to keep saying that out loud because I can't believe that driver, who just turned 28 years old, has been doing this now for 14 straight years.
Right. Michael Hindy in Hernando, Florida.
Michael Hein. He went to prom. He didn't make the Madison race, so he had Dan Fredrickson run his number. And
Mike Scott Plumbing, Brembo.
Yep.
5-star bodies, Strange Oval, and Hamke back in the Toyota effort.
And not only is he winning the Flame Job Car Award, he's winning the Best Mullet in the ASA Stars National Tour Award point standings. I'm keeping track.
The mullet look would be good for you.
Nah, I don't think so.
You're not going with it?
Nope, I don't think money will help either. The boss at home probably would say, no way.
14.744 for Michael Hein, first effort, and 10th. And he'll stay there with a 14.701.
11th at Five Flag Speedway for Hein, 15th at North Wilkesboro. Again, all 25 cars will start the race. There will not be a last chance qualifier, but they want to get going here. This track is going to be something they need to get a hold of. We saw how much there was speed, Ralph, at North Wilkesboro, man. That was when Bubba Power and Chase Elliott and William Byron got going. It was hard for anybody else to try to catch those three. And here's William Byron once again on the track in ASA Stars National Tour competition.
Yeah, he's expecting to do big things on Sunday, but here on Thursday, the driver out of Charlotte, WB Store, US Radiator, HendrickCars.com, PFC Brakes, Chevy, of course, number 24.
Anthony Campy Racing is just his second race with this team.
Williams slots in at 8th with a 14.657.
He is 3/1000ths out of 7th. We're talking about slivers of seconds determining this qualifying rundown.
And he's going to stay in 9th with a 14.698. Tyler Tanner out of Mooresville. 9D Creative, Joe Roaster.
Check that Ralph. Byron went up to 3rd on that lap.
He jumped, yeah.
Kind of flashed at us there. Now it's correct. 14.550 for Byron up to 3rd.
Joe's Racing Products all helping the Toyota effort here. Tyler Tanner.
Tyler Tanner finished 5th last year at North Wilkesboro. Didn't have the greatest luck in qualifying. The top 22 in overall speeds set the first 22 markers, and we had a last chance race at North Wilkesboro. Unfortunately, Tyler was not one of the drivers that qualified in for the 32-car field last week at North Wilkesboro.
He's 15th right now with a 14.980.
Joe Roaster on the quarter panel, trying to get this thing cooking here on the racetrack.
I see what you did there.
Cody Glick helping him out all weekend here.
14.939 on that lap. He'll stay in 15th.
Cody with Hamke Chassis has been with Tyler Tanner. He worked with him last year at North Wilkesboro, worked again with a lot of different teams, but he's right with this team all weekend. Let's see how it pays off for Tyler Tanner.
Blaine Roca out of Oakdale, California. Salas Drilling, Roca's Valley Enterprises, HCI Docks, Pacific State Pipe, sporting a Chevrolet here.
Blaine Rocha and his team stayed here in North Carolina, did not go back to California.
That's a long run, buddy.
Ross Strimska, his teammate, they stayed here. I asked the team, what'd you guys do? I don't see any sunburn. I don't see any sort of like beach vibe. Like, no, we went to Port City in Mooresville. We spent a lot of time getting these cars figured out in their shop. Roach at Oakdale, California finished 20th at North Wilkesboro, 13th at the opener.
14.793. Here comes Blaine.
That's 13th quick on lap 1.
And he goes to 9th with a 14.684. So a great second lap.
Matthew Craig, Casey Roderick, William Byron, Jesse Love, and Cole Butcher, the top 5 right now. Also in the top 8 for the redraw, Chase Elliott, Stephen Nassy, and Carson Hocevar.
This Phoenix Construction Chevrolet comes from Lynn Haven, Florida, the number 51 of Jake Finch.
Jake's got Richie Waters helping him here today. Richie's done a lot of short track racing. He's won some big races. Won the Stovall Derby with Stephen Wallace. He had Johnny Sauter in his car at North Wilkesboro. They did not qualify in on Wednesday. Richie's been working with this car, and his son Spencer helping out Jake Finch, who keeps his Arkham and Art Series East cars at Richie's shop in the Carolinas.
Jake is 13th with a 14.758.
The youngest driver of the field today, Jake Finch, is 17 years of age, comes in 3rd in the Southern Super Series points.
And he'll stay 13th, 14.765. Jim, everybody 17th or better is all in the 14th second
This
bracket.
last column.
Only one car.
The gap
15.
between them.
It's insane.
There is 0.0 something between 1st and 12th, and the gap separating one to the next. 0.05 seconds. Byron, 3rd fastest.
Neenah, Wisconsin, the home of Ty Majeski. Credible Bank, iRacing, Kafka, Granite, Ken Sports, Hub Luxury Coach Insurance, 4.
So Ty Majeski races full-time in the Truck Series. Did well last weekend at North Wilkesboro. Second in the points, second in the race. Stayed down here with his Wisconsin-based team at Chad Bryant's shop to get this car dialed in.
He's 6th with a 14.587.
Majeski's hungry. Second in points, 16 points out of the point lead. He was running 6th on the last lap at North Wilkesboro. Contact with Casey Roderick put him back to 10th.
And he'll stay 6th, 14.599. Ross Strimska out of Stockton, California. Macella's Drilling, Rocas Valley Enterprises, HCI Docks, Marine Equipment, Chevy.
Adira Speedway, where he's cut his teeth, now trying to make it on this national level. And we're talking about one of the toughest fields to make. And run well and get it right over the course of 2 pit stops minimum here today in this 250 lapper, the Tar Heel 250 later on tonight.
Guys are going to be worn out after 250 laps here tonight.
Drivers meeting is at 9:30 this morning. These guys have been in the heat all day and working out of their haulers and getting things right. They had 3 sessions between noon and 2:30 to get dialed in. That's a lot of work going on before you roll through qualifying tech to qualify at 5 o'clock local here at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Strimska 19th, 14.992. Had to figure out where he went. And he moves up to 16th with a 14.881. I don't think he's going to be happy with either of those.
So young driver out of Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, pro late model champion, racing some super late models off and on last year, this year. The Red Street Records number 7, Jackson Boone, the lone Kawicki driver development driver in the field tonight, making his debut in the ASA Stars National Tour. 7th in points last year in the Southern Super Series. He ran 11 races, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s for this young driver. 23 years of age out of Franklin, Tennessee.
D&D Events, Roy Meat Service, Ware Energy's 4.
There's another guy out of Franklin, Tennessee that's kind of famous. Won a couple of Daytona 500s.
Yeah.
Sterling something?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Sterling Marlin's hometown.
Jackson's 16th in the 7th, 14.821. And he jumps to 14th with a 14.702. Gio Ruggiero, Seekonk, Mass. First Auto Group TRD back Toyota, number 22.
One of 2 Donnie Wilson racing cars racing the full schedule at ASA Stars National Tour this year. Gio Ruggiero, 6th in points in the Southern Super Series, comes in 5th in the ASA Stars National Tour with a best run of 6th at Madison International Speedway in Wisconsin in the Joe Shear Classic. Gio progressed quickly between legends and just a little bit of time in pro late models, and then jumped into supers and has this opportunity after racing with Anthony Campi at the end of last year with Donnie Wilson Racing in all of 2023.
He goes to number 7 with a 14.628. Let's see if he betters it on lap number 2.
He's sitting there for
Could
the
be a
redraw.
top 5.
Really high in turns 3 and 4. I've never been here, but I asked a bunch of guys when we walked in together. I said, "Where's this groove going to go?" It's going to move up the racetrack at 3 and 4 for sure, what I'm told.
And Gio goes to number 2 with a 14.539.
Good job, Gio.
Caden Quapple out of Mooresville, Keen Parts Chevrolet, number 32.
Archie St. Hilaire said, "I'm committed to race through Hickory with my super late model, my only super late model." He's at Grand End figuring it twice. Today, it's the number 32 on the door of Travis Quapple's own race car. Archie St. Hilaire will get the owner's points. Caden, man, what an impressive run he had last weekend.
Sure did.
Never ran a super late before and finishes 6th in that stacked field at North Wilkesboro.
Boy, was it ever.
National Tour.
You had to have a healthy resume in that one. Caden, number 8, 14.615.
2 for 2 in his super late model racing at this level. He's never been in a super late before last week. Racing full-time in the Cars Pro Late Model Stock Tour.
He moves up to number 4. 14.547. Some quick cars here at the end.
Indeed there is. Qualifying was a draw before the drivers' meeting. It was not necessarily determined. They all drew their starting spot. We're rolling through with number 33. This is Albert Francis.
Painesville, Ohio, Francis Engineering, Rack Hunter Camo, Habco Tool, Moran Chevrolet Chevy.
Gary St. Amant at the tuning of the wrenches. Gary's been with this team for over a year now.
Speaking of drivers out of Ohio.
Yeah, ASA champion twice over in the national tour back in the day.
Columbus, Ohio, right?
Yep. He and his dad, Bud, man, they did so many good things, so much history with the ASA, and Don Gregory, and then Gary getting his turn and being one of those young guns back in the 90s, helping these guys out.
20th, 14.885. The St. Amant's also kept all of us laughing the whole time.
Bud and Ruth and everybody.
Up to 17th now with a 14.723.
Can I give a shout out to Uncle Roy? Uncle Roy and I are still Facebook friends, and I love seeing how passionate he remains about short track racing. Long-time member of St. Amant's racing teams.
Final entrant on the clock tonight, Cody Connor out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. Pretty good racing family out of there. CRC Industries, FK Rod Ends, Fasta Metal Sunglasses, and Supreme Energy Drinks, Toyota.
Cody was at North Wilkesboro last week. Did not stick around Wednesday as the race was all rain delayed till Wednesday. Did not elect to race the last chance race, and this is his crack at making an ASA Stars National Tour debut.
How about 9th? 14.630.
Nice job by this team that has volunteers only. Cody has a full-time lawn care business. It's a family deal with a bunch of friends helping out. Great to see him performing this well in qualifying.
Well, it's working. He's number 3 with a 14.543.
He's got some track history here, some track knowledge that came down big time. As you just took that tiger bite out of this racetrack. 3/8 mile. He got around here really quick. 3rd quick for Cody Connor.
How about this guy at the top of the board, though? Matthew Craig, setting the pace early here today. 14.495, best on the clock. Beats Giovanni Ruggiero by 0.04 of a second. Now we do have to do the redraw.
So Bubba Powered ends up 14th. 14.689. Fast time 14.495. Less than 0.2 of a second, separating 1st to 16th.
But you know what, Jim? I think that is why you are seeing these names here. Because if a guy like Chase Elliott or William Byron, these guys, Alex Bowman, Ty Majeski, if they're going to step away from their Cup program and go do something, they want to really get exercised, right? I need to be challenged. They could go anywhere in the country, obviously, to race, just about anything. They choose to come here because they know the competition is good, the racing is going to be tough, and they're going to get a good workout, if you will. And that's what they need, because Sunday, obviously, is the top of the top when it comes to stock car racing in the world. So I need to be challenged to perfect my skill set to be able to do that on Sunday. There is no better place to go than an ASA Stars National Tour event.
And last week at North Wilkesboro, it made sense for some of those NASCAR Cup stars to get some. Daniel Suarez, one of them. I want to get in a Super Late for the first time. I want to figure out the racetrack. This is the love that William Byron and Chase Elliott continue to have for super late model racing. They win at this level. Chase has won at this level. Now he's came back to this level. I think 2021 Snowball Derby is the first time since winning the NASCAR Xfinity Series and Cup championships came to this level again.
And that's how everybody views the Snowball Derby, right? They know that if they go to that one, it is the best of the best that one time a year. Here they know they can do it 10 times a year.
Yes.
All right, well, qualifying is completed, but we're going to have more for you coming from Hickory Motor Speedway, so stay with us. We're coming right back.
The ground-pounding super late models return to Eastern North Carolina June 22nd and 24th. See the stars of the ASA Southern Super Series Thursday night, June 22nd at Southern National Motorsports Park. Then head over to Carteret County Speedway Saturday night, June 24th for more great action. It's the Southern Super Series Tar Heel doubleheader, June 22nd at Southern National and June 24th at Carteret County. And it's all on Racing America.
ASA returns to the Milwaukee Mile at Wisconsin State Fair Park, Father's Day Sunday, June 18th, as Track Enterprises present the ASA Stars National Tour and ASA Midwest Tour. See the nation's top drivers with the best super late model stars in the Father's Day 100, presented by Hot Brothers Pizza. Or other great racing series will also be in action. Tickets available online at MilwaukeeMileRacing.com or at the gate on race day. For complete details, go to MilwaukeeMileRacing.com. Racing returns to Milwaukee Sunday, June 18th.
This is the ASA Stars National Tour. We just saw a commercial on our stream